Check, check, check. That's right. Okay.
I would like to invite Dr. Umeshwari Dakar to kindly felicitate the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Mr. Conrad Sang. I would like to invite Mrs. Ankita Chakrabarti to kindly felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, Chief Justice, High Court of Meghalaya. I would like to now invite Mr. Darren Tham to kindly felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice H.S. Thank you, Judge, High Court of Meghalaya. I would like to invite Mrs. Ankita Chakrabarti to kindly felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice W. Diendo, Judge, High Court of Meghalaya. I would now like to invite Ms. Badapiyang Dakar to kindly felicitate Honorable Chief Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya, Mr. D.P. Wala. I would like to invite Dr. Umeshwari Dakar to kindly felicitate Honorable Vice Chancellor of National Law University of Meghalaya, Professor Indrajit Dubey. Now I would like to invite Mr. Darren Tham to kindly felicitate Director IIM Shillong, Mr. D.P. Goyal. I would now like to welcome the staff of the High Court of Meghalaya for a welcome song. The staff of the High Court of Meghalaya has always provided unwavering support to the National Law University of Meghalaya, and we are very grateful to have them here with us today.
Done, done. 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 Oh, done. 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 Done.
I would like to thank the staff for the wonderful performance and also setting the tone for the day. On this note, I would like to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of National Law University Meghalaya, Professor Indrajit Dubey, to give the welcome address. Professor Indrajit Dubey is an enterprising leader dedicated to building a forward-thinking institution of research and innovation in the state of Meghalaya.
Good morning. Today is a sunny day and hope our future also be as sunny as it is today. Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sri Cornet Sangma, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, Chief Justice of High Court Meghalaya and the Chancellor of National Law University of Meghalaya, Sri Rekan Sangma, Honorable Education Minister, Government of Meghalaya, Honorable Mr. Justice H.S. Thank you, Judge, High Court of Meghalaya, Honorable Mr. Justice W. Dindo, Judge, High Court of Meghalaya, Sri T.P. Wallan, Chief Secretary, Government of Meghalaya, my good friend and colleague, Professor Goel, Director, IIM Ceylon, and the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, faculty members, colleagues, my dear student. Welcome you all to the inauguration of National Law University Meghalaya. At this moment, we are making the history by establishing a university for the future with the motto, empowering the next generation of the leaders. The university will focus on personalized learning, community engagement, and research orientation. The technology ecosystem of the university will foster the capabilities within the community, the profession, and the business, which will harmonize the creative economy and society. We believe in creation of new knowledge through the research that should percolate down to the last stakeholder and contribute to the holistic development of the life and living in our country. NLU Meg will act as a think tank to cater the aspiration of students, researchers, profession, industries, and societies at large. The university has been possible within a short span of time. The first batch of 55 students, together in undergraduate and postgraduate, has joined, and the first group of the faculty drawn from the diverse domain of law, policy science, data science, finance, management, etc. This has been possible because of the generous support received from the Government of Meghalaya and unconditional assistance from judiciary under the tall and dynamic leadership of Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Banerjee. Further, acknowledgement is due to my dear friends, Sri Ebak Karunai, Registrar General of High Court, Sri Praveen Bakshi, Commissioner, Secretary of Education, Sri Cyril Dindo, Secretary, Ministry of Law, Sri Debu Lindo, my Registrar, Srimati Kepa Laundry, Finance and Accounts Officer, Mr. Uttam Rai. Together, the team NLU Meg family, Pragya, Umeshwari, Ankita, Darren, Jogesh, Basil, Dr. Tamanna, and others who will join as soon, and the distinguished visiting professor from all across the country and beyond. Untiring support from Henry, Iba, Jackie, Lano, Bakamshai, Riyadh, Kenneth, need to admire. We hope NLU Meg will leave an impression on the generations to come. I once again welcome you all to NLU Meg. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor, for the insightful words. I'm now honored to welcome Honorable Education Minister of Meghalaya, Mr. Rakame Sangma, under whose guidance and leadership the university has taken shape.
Our chief guest of this function, Sir Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, and Justice Sir Menorji, Chief Justice of Honorable High Court of Meghalaya, and Justice SS Thank You, Justice W. Dingdo, and Professor Dubey of the Vice Chancellor, National Law University, Meghalaya, and all the dignitaries of the dais and of the dais. Good morning, everybody. And I'd like to thank our Almighty for blessing this wonderful opportunity, for blessing this wonderful day for each one of us. I think this is one of the history of our historic journey of our state. This is what we might have been looking for many years by our children, by the people of this state. I feel proud and privileged to have these wonderful institutions, National Law University, Meghalaya, in Shillong. Meghalaya is already a beautiful and a unique state in this country. And we are very beautiful in all respect. Having this university, it's something that flavor has been added to this beautiful state. It is said, small minds to be delivered. I believe these institutions, the entire setup, will move towards giving the best justice to the people. I was one of the low dropout students. After my first graduation, I had joined for these courses. But since Honorable Justice here with us, but I also want to become a politician. I also want to be the professor. And I also want to be the IAS officer. But I'm not able to summon up all master. But I'm landed here today. But when I was a student in the law, in the first semester, the second, third semester, I was there. So I feel myself, it was a glorious, I feel myself, I'm having the arm. I'm taking the arm. The confidence after learning the law, I feel that I'm taking the arm. I make you well. I feel myself very strong. What I want to make point today is we must equip our students. As education minister, I would be happy if some curriculum, if some chapter, the relevant articles, the chapter, the curriculum of the law should be incorporated with the classes, of all classes, in the schools level, at the college level. This is what our students, our children have to learn today in preparing, in equipping our children. Having our glorious officers, beginning from our Chief Secretary, an officer of the state, and the faculty members of this university, having the beautiful staffs and glorious children and our students. And I came to know today the glorious choir that our Honorable High Court have today. We have the beautiful song this afternoon. I believe with all this contribution, I believe this university will take a beautiful journey, and this will bring our country, our state to the greater height. I wish my best wishes to the journey of this university, to each one of you. And I believe, let us inspire with the glorious, the values and the beauty of this university. And let the nation, let the globe looks towards this National University Meghalaya. I leave my best wishes to each one of you, and I'd like to thank our Honorable Chief Justice of the state and our Honorable Chief Minister, and I leave my best wishes to all of you. May God bless all of you, and may the blessing from the above be with each one of us in this taking this beautiful journey in days to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for your profound and important words. We hope to continue to support the state with their educational initiatives. I'm honored to now welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, Chief Justice, High Court of Meghalaya, also the Chancellor of National Law University Meghalaya, who has been the guiding force behind the ambition and vision of the university.
Good morning and namaskar. Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Sangma, Honorable Education Minister, Mr. Sangma, my dear brothers, Justices Thank You and Dingdo, Chief Secretary Wallen, Vice Chancellor Professor Dubey, Director of IIM, Professor Goel, members of the faculty, part of my family in Meghalaya, Mr. Sunil Dingdo, the Registrar General, Mr. Karmunan, Mr. Debu Dingdo, who's also been with us in this journey. A journey which really took off after the statute was notified in September. And I didn't think it was possible to roll out classes within the next 10 months. But there we are. Classes begin day after tomorrow. The orientation is complete. Long ago, when at the stroke of midnight, on a momentous day in August, our first Prime Minister rose amidst the tumultuous applause in the Parliament chambers to speak with India's tryst with destiny. And years before that, when a poet and philosopher imagined the heaven of freedom into which his countrymen should awake, they dreamt of a self-governance in democracy that would be informed, conscious, and deliberate. Indeed, the primary promise in the preamble to the Constitution, the three facets of justice, refer to social, economic, and political. While we may have done a lot, particularly with the affirmative action that we follow, to bring about social justice, which is nothing but trying to give equal opportunity. Economic justice by making the wealth distribution more egalitarian. But we've worked little for the political part of the promise, because without education, without awareness, what is a choice? What is a choice that is uninformed? Here at the National Law University of Meghalaya, we mix tradition with modernity. We are futuristic as much as we cling on to the roots that have brought us here. The USP of the NLU Meg is going to be the study in cultural and tribal laws and an aim to codify the same and understand the beauty and the framework that it produces to keep the bonding in society. The goal of the NLU Meg is to be futuristic. We've included data science to artificial intelligence in our curriculum. And as we straddle the two worlds of tradition and modernity, we hope we build an institution on the way. For what is that brick and mortar behind you? And the resources that sit in front and behind me? They are but the tools and the basic ingredients for building an institution. And it is up to you, Professor Dubey as Vice Chancellor, the faculty and the students, as to whether this brick and mortar building and this National Law University will end up being an institution. An institution that, as we have planned, the rest of the country will look up to. An institution that will not stick by the traditional, will in some ways be non-conformist, even revolutionary, that will kindle your yearning for knowledge rather than spoon feed you what is contract, what is company law, or what is the definition of murder. At the same time, you'll get the broader spectrum of policy governance, the history that brings us to where we are, and the context in which law has to be applied. You make a good lawyer only if you're a good learner. And you are a learner if you're alive to all that has happened before you and have the imagination to use that to chart a distinct course. I may be excused if I'm somewhat emotional. I'm at the end of my career. And I didn't think that this colossal task of setting up a National Law University in this small state of Meghalaya with its limited resources would be possible in such a short time. But just as I said the other day in my orientation speech, that many good men have to come together to have a vision and build a project like this. The state has been very generous and completely non-interfering in how we went about it. We've had several governing council and executive council meetings where we've only had encouragement, no criticism, no doubts, nothing at all. We've all been asked to look forward. I must confess that despite having been a lawyer for several years and a judge for nearly 2 decades, I had no experience of how to set up an educational institution. We were lucky that we found a young and dynamic Vice Chancellor, and who gave ideas which he thought would be rejected. But we agreed to most. Some of them may have been out of the box. Some of them may have been unconventional, but let us walk the distance and find out instead of shooting it down at the outset. I congratulate all of you. I thank the state, its officials, particularly the Chief Secretary, the Education Secretary, and the Law Secretary for the unstinted support that we've got throughout this journey. And I hope all of you, students and faculty, continue this journey as we metamorphose from a brick and mortar place to an institution. God bless you all. Jai.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Justice, for your encouraging address and sharing your ideas with all of us, which have also laid the foundation for the future of this university. I'm honored to now welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Mr. Conrad Sangma, a steadfast advocate for quality education in the state, whose support has been invaluable in preparing the university to empower the next generation of young leaders.
Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, Chief Justice of High Court of Meghalaya, and the Chancellor of the National Law University, Meghalaya, Shri Rakam A. Sangma, the Honorable Education Minister, Government of Meghalaya, Honorable Mr. Justice H.S. Thank you, Judge of High Court of Meghalaya, Honorable Mr. Justice W. Dingdo, the Judge of High Court of Meghalaya, our Chief Secretary, Shri D.P. Walang, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Indrajit Dubey, all the other dignitaries who are present on the dais and off the dais, all the faculty members, the teaching and the non-teaching staff, and all my dear students of the National Law University. I indeed am very happy and honored to be here today. As was mentioned by Mr. Rakam A. Sangma, this is indeed a very memorable day and in a way a very historic day for each and every one of us. With the establishment of the National Law University, we have taken a major step towards creating an institution, creating a system, creating an education platform that will not just transform the quality of the legal experts, the lawyers, and the future judges that will come out of this college and this university, but it will also transform many aspects of society, many aspects of economics, and overall the quality and the overall system that we have in the state as a whole. So it is a turning point in one way, where we expect that many things will transpire from the beginning of this particular university that we are inaugurating today. The last 50 years have seen Meghalaya go through many challenges, even in the legal field. Many situations where the quality of the way the legal system should have been was not there, simply because of the lack of proper institutes, proper training, proper exposure, proper knowledge, and so many other factors which led to the overall quality of the legal system, which left it lacking, I should say. And now we are seeing that transforming and changing, as this university, as I said, is a major milestone in that regard. A very unique aspect about the university here is also the fact that we are seeing the new education policy being implemented in full letter and spirit in this particular university. Government of Meghalaya has been very aware about the need to move towards the new education policy, which is not very easy. A lot of challenges are there. A lot of investment is there. And therefore it takes time. But what we are ensuring now is that everything we start new should have the aspect of the new education policy in it. I remember when I did my undergrad at the University of Pennsylvania in 1995. And I was studying business administration at that point in time. And in 1995 in the US, while we were doing our undergrad, they already had an option to do MNT, they called it, Management and Technology degree. So you did 4 years of undergrad for management, and then 1 year for the technology aspect. They combined the two together, and the 5 years would give you a management and technology degree when you came out as an undergrad student. And that time, if you remember, was a time when IT was becoming very big. It was just the internet boom, and a lot of technology aspects came in. And and the University of Pennsylvania, where I happened to study, and the undergrad college out there where I was studying, there was a lot of innovation taking place in terms of technology. And it's not just about the technology that was being, the scope for education that was being provided in terms of what combination of different backgrounds and different disciplines could come in. But as I said, it allowed a lot of innovation and thinking and research to take place. So number one, the new education policy being implemented here, we will be having business administration combined with law. We'll be having policy research along with law. We'll be having data sciences along with law. This kind of innovation is what we need today. And this is the kind of manpower that we need to build up today in the country. And I think these kind of courses coming up are very innovative and the need of the hour. So when you talk of policy making, the policy science and the policy research that will take place along with obviously the law will be able to create experts in a specific area of policy making. Today, data sciences is a very complicated matter. Laws from international level to local laws are being made as we speak. I am part of the, the GST Council, GOM, that is finalizing the GST rates for online gaming and horse racing and casinos. And in this particular meeting, so we were having a meeting with our members, and I'll just share an experience with you. So the people started asking, the members started asking that, the issue is much larger, and I'm sure as law, students, you'll really appreciate it also, that whether we charge GST on the entire amount or we charge GST only on the platform fees that is being done. And it's a huge difference because platform fee is only about 15% of the turnover, whereas and all of us are trying to figure out what should be the rate at which we charge and what should we charge it on. So while this discussion was going on, some of the officials and ministers asked that, but who gets the fees for the GST? Now, if I'm a person who happens to be a Delhi resident, but I am on a trip to Mumbai, and if I'm playing in Mumbai, does the GST amount that I I'm going to pay while I'm playing in Mumbai, being a resident of Delhi, what happens then? So, this argument went on, and they said, well, it should be to the person where you're playing, because it's a point of consumption. So one of the other ministers says, well, what if I'm here in Delhi, and I started playing the game, and I'm in my car and I go into Gurgaon. So my game started in Delhi, but I started, my game went on in the car in Gurgaon. Who do I pay GST to? And it may sound very funny when you talk about it, but this is how complicated data science is. So can you imagine, as we go along, everything is going to be data. Now, how do you make laws on the basis of data? The fact that you'll have so many complications, so I'm just trying to give you a picture of the fact that the world is changing. And today, what I experienced in 1995 in US, India is now moving towards that kind of an education system where we're combining different disciplines. And I'm happy to say that the National Law University here in Meghalaya is in a way leading in these areas. I'm told that data science is, I think, one of the first universities in the country that will be offering this particular course. So these are the way things are moving. So that's something really, really exciting, I should say. Number two, I think what is very important is the fact that I really hope, as I said, and this is again linking to my experience 25, 30 years back, is that when an institute comes up, an institute is not just about giving education. The value of an institute comes out in basis of its research that it does, the innovation that you do. And innovation means not just product innovation, it's process innovation, it's law innovation, anything that's going to make things better. So therefore, innovation is very important. And I hope that this institute should become an institute and a center of excellence. Now we have our customary laws. We have our traditional laws. I had spoken to one senior political leader once in Delhi, and he mentioned about the fact that we need to push more and more research for the local laws, especially the tribal laws that we have at every community level. And there is no research or any kind of documentation or any kind of codification that's happening at a kind of centralized scale. I hope that this university would become the center of excellence, not just for Meghalaya, not just for Northeast, but let it be the center of excellence for all kind of customary laws and research, especially for the tribal society when it comes to the country as a whole. And I think this innovation, this research is something that we would like to see happen, and I'm sure that with the kind of team that is here, I'm sure that we will see that kind of research and innovation that's going to happen. I'm happy to also know that a lot of smart technology is being used to impart the knowledge that is going to take place. So every classroom is going to have smart classrooms. You're going to have people speaking to you and talking to you from all over the world. And I think that's very, very important. You need to understand a lot of things that are happening at a global level, at the national level, to be really able to get an idea of some particular issue from a larger perspective. And I think that's very important in today's world, because everything is connected. Everything affects everything. And therefore, as you go along, I'm sure that you will realize the importance of that. And I'm happy that this particular university has got full aspect of smart classrooms. Almost close to 18 to 19 crores has already been invested in the infrastructure out here. We expect total about 25 crores to be spent in the infrastructure that is being provided here. About running expenditure annually of anything beyond above about 8 crores will be given from the government to run this university. So close to about 10 crores of running expenditure will be incurred annually, and therefore quite a strong financial support will be given. We are also working out to give a permanent campus, and very soon that will happen, because government of Meghalaya is working on a large plan. I think all of you are aware that we will be shifting our secretariat and administration away from the city. And we have already identified close to 200 acres of land where the initial design has started, and we should be able to complete it and formally clear it by September. And I hope that by the end of this financial year, we'll actually be able to start the construction work for the secretariat, that is going to come up in the next 3 to 5 years is what we're targeting. But while we do that, we also realize that a lot of plan and investment needs to be put into zoning the city. And whatever we are going to do in the new township, we are trying to create many zones. So obviously by zones we mean like education, knowledge zone, like an IT zone, like an industrial zone, a tech park. So all these kind of things, zoning is going to happen. And we plan to create the education and the knowledge zone in the Mopatang area, in New Shillong Township area, which we're doing. And that is where we want the NLU also to be there. We're talking to a lot of medical colleges who would be willing to come and be part of this out there. We would want to see that the brand and the image that Shillong used to have many, many years back as being a knowledge hub, we hope that we'll be able to achieve that in the coming years. And I keep stressing on everything that we do, that we cannot look at things from a micro detail or from a very short-term point of view. Whenever we think of policy and vision, it has to be a long-term based vision. And I often talk to my team and telling them that we want to see that we are 50 years now. Where will Meghalaya be in the next 50 years? That's really what is driving us today. So we want to see that in the next 50 years, or even if whenever it is, we look back at what has happened the last 10 years during the part where we had a role to play, we would like to see that it goes towards the direction and the vision that we are having. So keeping all of these aspects in mind, we are trying to create this entire vision for Meghalaya as a whole. And we have a very strong belief that we can drive not just the different aspects of vision what we have for Shillong and Meghalaya, but let it be a center for the entire region. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we were having a G20 summit, and I was telling the members who had come here that Meghalaya will be setting up a museum for climate change, which will also become a center for climate change. In fact, I hope that one of the courses that come up here would be something to do with climate change and law. I think it will be a great subject and a great area of concern, because it's very important. It is going to be a very critical thing in the future, or maybe some of the classes or the courses that you offer could be related to climate change and the different aspects of it. So having said that, so we have this vision to ensure that we're able to create this kind of a center where we are able to be a focal point and a platform where climate change will be spoken about, will be discussed, and on an annual basis conferences will be held for all the states of the Northeast as well as the countries that are neighboring us. And I think if that kind of a vision and thought process is not put into place, I don't think we'll be able to come up with concrete plans to really mitigate and really adapt, more importantly, to climate change, because we all know that climate change is something that is happening. I was speaking to many of the officials in center, and I was discussing with them that government of India is actually planning the routes that is going to go to US and other places, trade routes, 10 years from now, because the Arctics will not be there anymore after 10 years. And hence, the entire route that is going to be the trade routes for the world is actually going to go through a massive change because of climate impact and the fact that the Arctics will be gone in 10 years' time. So that's reality. In our lifetime, things are going to change. And by the time you finish your course, you're going to see a lot of things not the same anymore. And Meghalaya is already facing the heat. Many, many other places in the world are facing the heat. We need to come up with systems that will be able to transit into this entire change in a very, very practical manner. And these are the kind of areas of concerns that we as a state government are looking at and working at. And I hope that even NLU will play an important role in trying to address issues like this. But coming back to the point is that we would want to see NLU be a major part of this knowledge city that we plan to create, where we are going to have different institutes coming up, and hopefully very, very soon we will be able to allot the land also there, and we can start the planning. And I hope that within your 5 years of your term, your education out here, we hope that we'll be able to figure out if we can get to the new campus also. So, but in the meantime, I'm sure that this location is a very historic location actually. The Vice Chancellor of IIM is here, and he knows better that IIM used to be out here before. And now from IIM it has gone to the NLU. And well, I hope that many more institutes will come up. Just to share with the rest of the audience out here, that we are in the process of now setting up the College for Fisheries, College for Veterinary, and College for Dairy. These are also some of the more education institutes that are going to come out. And just to give a broader perspective on things, that this is of course based on a much larger framework of the youth policy that we are trying to look at. For us as a government, we realize that the youth is our biggest asset and youth is our biggest challenge. It all depends on how we take care of it. If we are able to channelize, well, you will be great. If you are not able to, then you will be a destructive force. And hence, we need to realize that it is upon the society, it is upon the government, it is upon each and every one of us to channelize the youth of the energy in the right and the productive direction. And that, I believe, is one of the biggest challenges Meghalaya and the country as a whole face today. And hence, youth policy is one of the biggest and the most important policies for any nation and any state, especially in our country. And hence, what we're doing today, why did we push this college so fast? Why are we pushing other colleges? Why are we investing so much more in education? Why are we investing so much more in sports? Why are we investing in music? Why are we investing in different infrastructures for the youth? Because we realize that we need to channelize your energy in the right, positive and constructive direction. And therefore, the goal of this university is in line with what the government visions to do, is to bring the youth in a much more productive manner in front. And I'm sure that this university, as I said, will professionalize the education system, the kind of system they're going to follow of group talks, the system you're going to follow of involving case studies that are going to happen. Again, a model that has been adapted in many parts of the world for the past many decades, but now is being adopted in India. I remember my undergrad education, almost everything was case study based. Every class we had was case study. We study all the cases, we come back, give all the inputs. There was nothing about theory. It's about application of the theory into practical cases. And that kind of a practicality and mindset will come with this university coming in. And I'm sure that will have a huge impact on the overall standard of the legal experts and the lawyers that we will have, not just in our state, but in the country as a whole. So at the end, I once again would like to congratulate each and every one of you. I would like to congratulate our Chief Justice, all the judges. I would congratulate our Education Minister and the Law Minister who could not join us today, and our Vice Chancellor, and all the other faculty members who have managed to do this entire process in such a short time. I was very happy to know that the classes will start day after tomorrow. So I think it's a great thing. We have not lost any time, and there has been a really, a lot of passion-driven work that has taken place, and because of that, we all are here today. So I congratulate the entire team. I congratulate each and every one of you, and to the students who are here, well, you're very lucky. And I think you should not lose this opportunity to really make the best out of this opportunity that you're getting. Things are not going to be so easy. It's always tough. Life is full of challenges. But I guess as you move along and you face those challenges, you come out of them, well, that will only define you as an individual in the years to come. So I hope that you take things positively. I wish all of you the very best. You're getting a great scope to do things that and learn things that really matter in today's world, and which will be of great importance in the coming days. And I'm happy that Meghalaya is leading the way. And I hope that, as I mentioned, that this would become not just an NLU, but also a center of excellence for customary law and research, especially when it comes to tribal laws that are there. And that's really one of the visions with which we have come today, and supporting this college in IUS University, and will continue to support from all angles in terms of research. And I have also encouraged the district councils to work closely with the NLU so that you can create the necessary laws and codify them in the coming days. So with these few words, I wish the university the very best. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God bless NLU, and may God bless our beautiful state of Meghalaya. Kublai Shukun, Matela, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for your thoughtful address and also your visionary leadership in the state, which has made it possible for an NLU to be set up here. This university is a testament to the government of Meghalaya's efforts and dedication to transforming education in the state of Meghalaya. Now, I would like to welcome the Honorable Registrar of National Law University of Meghalaya, Mrs. Karpa M.L. Nongbri, to deliver a vote of thanks to our dignitaries for their presence today.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais, a very good morning. Delivering the vote of thanks while celebrating on this momentous occasion with the inauguration of the National Law University Meghalaya is a heavy assignment, and we are humbled by the involvement of so many people who work tirelessly in making the establishment of our National Law University a reality. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad Sangma, we are honored to have you grace this occasion as our chief guest. On behalf of the university, I would like to say thank you for all the support which the university received from the state government. It has exceeded the expectations of many, and the university is standing because of it. We know that under your leadership, the support will continue. Thank you. Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, your stand for the institution and in the establishment of this university has made the journey worthwhile. Your constant monitoring and the fact that you made each of us take pride in claiming this university as our university has helped in shaping this university. Thank you, sir. Our Honorable Education Minister, Shri Shrakam Sangma, and our Honorable Minister, Dr. Ampreel Lingdo, who is unable to be here with us. The university is grateful to the Education Department and the Law Department, where through its officers, staff, heads of educational institutions, who have been instrumental forces behind the awareness drives on different platforms, the smooth admission process, touching an extensive boundary. The university acknowledges the support received from the Honorable Judges, Honorable Mr. Justice H.S. Thank you, Honorable Mr. Justice W. Dingdo, and the untiring assistance received from the officers and staff of the High Court of Meghalaya cannot be categorized because of the overall help rendered beyond limit and time. Special gratitude goes to the Registrar General, High Court of Meghalaya, who did not spare anything for the sake of getting things in place. The staff of Meghalaya State Judicial Academy, who never once murmured a single word of complaint, but wholeheartedly put in their best effort, silently working behind the scenes in running the office of the university. Professor D.P. Goel, the Director of IIM, thank you, sir, for always giving us a generous support to every request which the university has made. We are grateful to the Public Works Department, the Chief Engineer, the officers and the staff of the Public Works Department, including the contractors engaged by the department who worked round the clock to renovate this building at Mayurvanj Complex, retaining its original grandeur and yet furnishing it with advanced facilities to give this university, to make this university a center of learning, many steps ahead from any other national law school. The university is grateful to the whole NIC team for every step taken from the very start to meet the technical demands of the university. Despite glitches and challenges along the way, you all kept pressing forward. Yes, thank you to all the others who were involved in making this program what it is today. the professors, the officers of the IIT Kharagpur team who have been here for many days to support the university, the SP Traffic for making all the traffic arrangements, the Directorate of Information and Public Relations for the media coverage, and for the coordination with all the members of the print and electronic media. To our dear students, please convey our gratitude to your parents and guardians for trusting and believing in this university. We assure you that the university will not fail in delivering the best, empowering you as the next generation of leaders. Respected dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen present here today, thank you for being here with us, for sharing in our celebration on the inauguration of the National Law University Meghalaya. As stated earlier, many people have worked tirelessly in making the establishment of our National Law University Meghalaya a reality. If I have missed out and left out anyone, may I be excused, but please know that your contribution on any scale is appreciated, and for that we would like to say thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again.
Thank you, Honorable Registrar. I would now request all members of the audience and the respected dignitaries to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
I would now like to request the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Mr. Conrad Sangma, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, Chief Justice, High Court of Meghalaya, and other respected dignitaries present to kindly move to the university building for the ribbon cutting. I would request the audience, the members of the audience to stay seated until they make their way to the university building.